Good morning, everyone. I better make sure my volume's up. There we go. Welcome to another, well, here Oakley wants to get it. I just gave you a new bully stick. Another coffee in a car with Diane, Design with Diane, and I'm Diane Alberts. And currently I am in Naples, Florida with a crazy dog. Let me see if I can scoot in here. Okay, I'll scoot this back so I don't look like I'm trying to go play with your toy. I just gave him a brand new toy. Sorry about that. I am here in Naples, Florida today. Oh, look, my hair's like sticking up there. I'll just have to turn this way. Oh, that's gonna bother me. You get that? Okay. So my hair is gonna be sticking up. I'll just lean my head this way. Welcome. I have not been here for 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. First, Joe was here for his birthday, and then I went to OnStage, and I was really hoping that I would have my box to unbox. So the arrival time today is 1:15 to 5:15. I'm like, okay. So I will not have that live box to show you. But today is the first day of spring. Happy spring, everyone. I am excited to share about my trip and being a part of Stampin' Up! And attending their OnStage, which is their annual convention for recognition and kicking off a brand new catalog and just giving us all kinds of fun information and recognitions. It's lots of fun. Good morning, Carol. So I'm here. I do have my coffee. So I made one of the biggest mistakes I've ever done. So silly. I did not get my Starbucks cup from Long Beach, California. So there wasn't a Starbucks too close to where we were, or we never walked past one, surprisingly. But interestingly, our Starbucks was in the convention center, but it didn't have like cups, and it had all the Starbucks coffee drinks you could want. Of course, not the cups. So I totally forgot about that. So missed my souvenir. But anyhow, I got lots of other goodies, and that's what I wanted to share with you today. And first I'm just gonna show you, I think this is gonna be backwards to you. This is the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. Yeah, it looks like it's backwards to you. I wanted to show you the shape of it. It's like magazine. Oh, I meant to check over there. It has 88 pages, and normally, I went to grab let me go grab my annual catalog right there. Let me just see how many pages. It's right on my end table here. Okay, so let's see. This one has 144. So they're changing from this thicker catalog to a all-comprehensive catalog like this that will, I think you're gonna just absolutely love it. It is organized the way we like to have it organized. It is fabulous. It has the table of contents. It has an index. It has everything by its sections. It is so much clearer. We have less pages with the fluff. The stories are on the front, on the back, all kinds of good things. Not only that, we also, on Tuesday, as a demonstrator, we get to pre-order, and can you see a peek of that? We are the only ones that got the rights to the Winnie the Pooh. Yes, I'm on it, Winnie the Pooh. I can't believe it. Evidently, the copyright restrictions were lifted for the United States, but not necessarily globally. So only in the United States are we getting this wonderful suite. So barely looked at it. As you know, I've been going nonstop. It's been crazy since the last 2 weeks, honestly, with things happening here. I'm on the social committee here at my condo complex. We have 4 buildings, and we have 48 condos. And in our section, we're called Veranda 5 in a big community, but we're all divided into sections. And I'm on the social committee. And of course, the pool party had to be the day before I had to be up and at the airport. I had to leave here by 4 a.m. to get to the airport. It was crazy. So I've been running. So, but all in good. I'm all caught up on my sleep, and I want to share with you all the fun things that I received and got and learned and did. So I'm going to post my pictures here. Afterwards, I'm still compiling them. I'm all the way through day 2 for my team. It takes a lot to organize all these photos, and a lot of times I'm in the moment, I might miss a photo, so I have to grab it from somebody else. I might say, like, did you get that picture next to me? And she'll send it to me. So let's start off with the basket, I think. So you saw the catalog. We did not get this. They even came out and told us, you're not getting the catalog until Saturday. We were like, aw. So we had to wait till Saturday to learn all about that catalog. And we arrived Wednesday mid-afternoon. I guess it was late afternoon, Michigan Eastern Standard Time. So I'm gonna grab and put my camera. I'm sitting out here because it's a little bit larger space. Turn my camera around. Let me put it in the cradle. No, it might be too high up. I don't think it is. Okay, I'm gonna move these things. Oakley, you're in the way, honey. Gotta move over. And let me grab this basket. I'm gonna just go over everything. Whoa, it's caught on my laptop. Let me move my laptop away. Let's see. Can you see all those things? I just gotta, okay, I'm gonna move my laptop way out of the way. Okay, and this is the catalogs. We'll move those to the side and my coffee. So this basket is full of a variety of things. First off, it's filled with, when we go in, we get the bottom part. Now I'm gonna show the bottom part last, but we get a bag every year. And that bag includes some items. I'm gonna go through those items for you. So I'm gonna slide this over a little bit, and I'm gonna use this area to go ahead and share all the items in here. These are pillow gifts, and a pillow gift is something we get that we share with a friend. And I even have more pillow gifts in another box over here. Just great to share things with friends and get new ideas. I'll just show you everything. So when we got our bag, we checked in on Thursday afternoon. We got in Friday. I'll put all the pictures of what we did on Friday. Friday was more exploration from the hotel, going to figure out a little bit about Long Beach. We saw the Queen Mary. We went to a dinner with a bunch of people at a Mexican restaurant, walked around so we got our bearings to figure out the best way to walk to convention. Because ironically, Long Beach is holding a Grand Prix on April 18th. They had barricades up everywhere from different roads. So like shortcuts were not available. So we had to figure out ways to get around. It wasn't hard, but just we couldn't do the best shortcuts. So let's get into it. So in our bag, we always get an envelope. And in this envelope, it tells you that I'm in after hours, and I'll explain after hours in a few minutes. That's a paid session. And I ordered some coin purses. We'll start with that. So they have swag. Look, I haven't even opened them yet. They're in their plastic. And let's see, which one do I'm going to open up Hydrangea Hue. I didn't even open them. I'm serious. We didn't have time to do things. I'm going to open it up right now. I'm keep this one for myself. Cute little coin purse. I haven't even looked. Is there any money in there? No, just kidding. I know it was going to be one of those silicone things. So I picked these to purchase. I think there were some kind of pen holders that you could attach to portfolios or something. Let me get that out of the way. I don't want my dog to get that. And in here, there's a letter. And it told us what ribbons we would pick and when we were going to stand and wave and when we were going to go across the stage, etc. So always wonderful to get that. It's all personalized for us. And then the next thing you see in your, where'd mine go? Here it is, a lanyard. And here is my name tag. I'll explain this. I'm Silver Elite, and I had #1 in level 1 sales. So in the years that I get the incentive trip, I would have the incentive trip on here. If I have leadership and team building, I would have that on here. There's all kinds of things you can earn. I'm not a top performer. I was close. One year I was 104, believe it or not. But I need to get back to that. So this showed that I was from the United States. My prize patrol was prize #3. I got a little story about that. If you were to scan this little QR code, it gave us the agenda. This meant I got a standard meal because they had gluten-free and vegan. And then this timer meant I was going to after hours on Friday night. So we wore these the whole time. I love how they're themed with the colors. This is crisp cantaloupe. And then I got this from my friend Dee. Bag holders were the trend this year for gifts, and I'm going to show you all the bag holders I got. They are wonderful. But this one popped off my bag, and I said, I'm putting this on my lanyard. So we wore this the whole weekend so people would know you. You could greet people. Lots of fun. So this was an addition I had to buy in advance, and I'll gift them out to people or prizes. So the next thing we got inside was always get a notebook of some sort. And I was just taking notes at some of the breakout sessions and learned, what was the name of the ones I went to? I labeled them. I went to Business Mashup, and I attended Running Your Business in 2026. And there was one more I went to. That was something about, where did I put that one? I don't know where this, okay. Anyways, it's probably in here somewhere and I'm missing it. So those are, and we got these pens. Always we get pens. Now what was really cool about these pens, look at the cute colors. This is your Crisp Cantaloupe. And I don't know if this is Daffodil Delight and this looks like it's Coastal Cabana. But every year you get some fun pens. It doesn't say what colors they are. This year they're a really nice fine point felt tip pen. I was shocked when I started writing. I really liked them in black. Sometimes they're colored, sometimes they're ballpoint. Lots of fun. So I'm gonna set that aside. I think I'm gonna pull this chair over and I'm gonna put everything on the chair so that maybe Oakley won't get it. Next, one of our favorite things, and I have a board in my basket, is the OnStage pin. I got a board in my basement at home. Did I say basket? This is a lot of fun. This is the 2026 OnStage pin. So that's definitely going to go home with me and put on my award board. Let's see here. What else was in there? Oh, I think I showed you. I'll just give you a quick glimpse. We're going to go over these real quickly. We had this make and take. And where's the other one? I don't see it. Oh, because it's large. Hold on. We had this make and take. This is after hours. That was in my bag. And we had, this was a cool different product experience things that you could do. Although I'll explain that in a few minutes too. And let's see here. I gotta reach for one more thing. Well, I'll just wait. I think I'll wait on that. And inside our bag was sending salutations. It was a nice greeting set that we were going to use for the make and takes. Where's mine? And so we got to use that for our make and takes. So that was fun to have that in there already. And I think there was one more thing. I don't know where it went. We got an embellishment. It might be tucked in one of my other bags. We'll get to that. And then, let's see here. I think that's it from Stampin' Up. I'll go over the bag at the very end. But then I was telling you about that agenda. Let me show you how comprehensive going to OnStage is. We had check-in. We had a main stage. We had a general session, welcome party, OnStage Plus, if you were a Silver Elite and above, more presentations, lunch, breakout sessions, make and takes, main stage, after. I mean, it just went on and on. This was Saturday, and it went over 5:30. And then we had, hi, Nancy. This was a map. I sure miss you, Nancy, in Long Beach. And I wrote her when I was there. And then this is explanation of things of when you had to stand for sales, quick start, top performers, sales milestones, trip achievers. And it explained all the different things that we were doing. Lots of fun. More on the back. And then things to know about swapping, photo ops, the product purchase premiere, which mine is not arriving until 1:15 to 5:15 today. And then just about if you had needed accommodation. So this was like my Bible. Some people kept it on their phone. I am that tried and true, I got to have it printed out kind of person. So let me move these out of the way. This is the stamp set we got that went with everything. I'm going to put those on my chair here. And let's go ahead and talk about, in my envelope, as Silver Elite and above, they called it for OnStage Plus, we received 2 cups of coffee from that Starbucks. And so that was really cool. And I asked them if I could keep it for my scrapbooking, and they said yes. So I kept that. And then we get these things called pillow gifts from people. So these are in no particular order. I just got them all. I will say that this one was Friday night. We were at a Mexican restaurant, and I saved the little tag. Isn't this cute? Homemade for you. And inside here is, and she let me pick the scent, is my friend Deborah Harrison. I know I got a picture with Deborah. I think she's got to send it to me. I picked the lavender and sage candle. So my friend Deborah is now into making and melting and pouring and making her own candles. So she is Simply Sweet in ink design, good friend of mine. If you haven't checked out her stuff, it's just beautiful. So anyway, she gave me that on Friday, and then I got to see Lorraine too. I know I took a picture with Lorraine too. I don't know where that picture is. Might be on her camera. I know, now I'm starting to remember things that I forgot to have pictures of. I'm going to have to reach out to people. One second, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Then we have, well, I'm going to go to that one in a minute. This was something I did. I had lots of candies in here, and then I had stick notes in here that they could use to flag their pages. And I thought it was kind of fun because it's in like the hydrangea hue color, little pastel colors. And let's see, these are in no particular order. Lots of cute candies. I ate some, I didn't eat some. This was really cute. This was all in a bag. This was Hello Friend. It probably had a bunch of candies in there, and I think this might have been in it. So this was made by Candy. She lives in Fort Myers, Lehigh area. She's north of me. So we've gotten together for dinner at the Cheesecake Factory. That's her favorite place. Look at this. Nancy, this will be a tried and true for you. Remember this? This was so cute. What is stuck here? I don't know what's going on. Why is there a piece of string stuck? Huh. I don't know what that is from. Let me see if I can tuck it out. No, no, I just broke it. Yeah, I don't know why it's stuck there. Oh, and look if you look really carefully, Geraldine put all of our names with a little thing of like a name tag, and that says Long Beach on it, and Happy Stamper, and it was filled with this and some other candies. So of course I had those, but this was that apron. This is a long retired gift. She had a bag tag. Look at what Geraldine made for us. Geraldine didn't follow the rules. She is so generous. We said we'd only give one pillow gift, if not none. So depending on your life. But look at how she made this cute bag tag or a bookmark, and I put in my bag tag. Look at this. This is a flag, or like we could shake and go on stage. I love that she designed this with the beautiful colors that are our new in colors. Isn't that cool? Like a rainbow. And then she gave us this. It said, hello, friend. Look at these boxes that she makes. I'm telling you, she is just a darling lady. Oops, some leaves got messed up there. And look inside here. We have a bath bomb. And I love how she made this cute little bath bomb tag. And it says, you're the bomb. Oh, my gosh. So she's really clever. And so Geraldine lives up in Michigan. I got some hand sanitizer. This was from Geraldine again. Look at this. It's a container, and it says, new catalog companion, open for amazing catalog experience. And in here, she has some tea, a napkin, some more stick notes, a Band-Aid, a highlighter, a pen, candy, a rubber band. It's all with that cute little saying about all the things. I used to do something like this for kindergarten for the parents. So that's that. So really, look what she did in the back with that cool paper for Boardwalk. So Geraldine went way out. I'm not even done with what Geraldine did. Let's scoot over to this. So this is from my friend Lorraine. I love that she did this Hello Sunshine tag. Put a nail file in there. Cute little flip-flops and some candies. This one was tricky. I was like, what a dazzling demonstrator. I'm like, how do you open it? Finally, I figured out that you slide it out. This is just too cool. It's a triangle. It has my name on it. Slide it out, Diane. And inside, I couldn't believe this. There's a scissor charm, but not only a scissors charm, it has scissors on it. It's personalized with a shrinky dink. And she put on, what is that? Oh, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Can you believe that? So cute. So I can attach this to my scissors so I know that those are Diane Albert scissors. So cool. Check out that cool box. I have never made this box before. So I'm saving it, and maybe I can deconstruct it and figure out where I could even write her and find out. Lots of fun. And then Let's go with Geraldine one more. Look at this. This box got beat up on the way home. I should have put it in another box. This comes out right here. It opens like this. And look what she did again. This is unbelievable. My name again, the state of California, charm, an envelope, a ruler, and then another OnStage shrinky dink. I mean, how clever and how cute. Keychain, she didn't stop there. She took and made a personalized block for us. Isn't that cool? And everybody was gooing and guying over this cool box because it slides in like this. So pretty cool. And I ran into my friend, and like I said, this was the year of bag tags. My friend Rhonda Wade, and she was thanking us for being a part of creating success. And there were some extra Tootsie Rolls in there. I think I enjoyed them. And then another bag tag. Isn't that beautiful? And it has SU on here for Stampin' Up. Fun. And this will look really pretty on my bag. I just didn't want to lose them, and sometimes it was just too busy. And we're going to slide all those away in a minute. And then I have one other bag tag, and this was absolutely beautiful. In fact, let me show you that. Nancy, you're going to like this packaging if you haven't done it already. It said, "You make my life better for just being in it." And then you untie the bow. And it's folded and folded and folded and folded. Isn't that cool? That's the one that Dee gave me that was on my name tag. Isn't that cool? Fun, full little container. I love that. So thank you to Dee and everybody. Thank you, everybody. And then the last one, this one was in a box. Where's Jeannie's box? Oh, Jeannie, where did I put your box? Oh, this is so cute. She customized the block with a big D. And look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Another keychain, but I used it as a bag tag, and then it has the letter D on it. And she even wrote, this was a clever idea too. On a stick note, she wrote, "Thanks for being a mastermind with me," which we did a training together, and "Happy OnStage." And Jeannie lives in Boston, and you might, she's a good friend of mine. So lots of fun. Let's talk about this bag. It's hydrangea hue. It has this pocket here. There were so many pockets that actually this funny thing was I lost my lipstick inside the liner. It was so funny. So I did not put the lipstick out here. I don't know why, but I didn't. So it has a top one. And if you haven't already seen, it has a bottom zipper. So when you open both, when you have your carry-on, you can slide it over the handle of your carry-on bag. Pretty cool. It has, we found out later, a water bottle holder or whatever you hold out there. It has two soft handles, but I found those handles were slippery on my little slippery clothes, I guess. And so I attached the additional, which I think is really cool, and this would stay over my shoulder better. Gives it a little pizzazz. It matches all the coloring. Let's look inside the bag. Inside the bag is the Stampin' Up! Logo. They always have the Stampin' Up! Logo. Usually they put it on the outside, but it's on the inside. Here's the what I thought I put my lipstick in. Not only do they have that little one in there, I thought I put it in there, but I didn't. Let me turn this around. I think I can get rid of my basket. And I'll get rid of all those things in a minute. And the cute polka dots. Somebody said you can turn it inside out. I don't think so. And then there's two pockets here for extra things, like your phone or pen. But then on each side, there's an extra pocket that is way, way deep right here. And then on the other side, which we finally found my lipstick, in this one, I don't know how I put it in this one, and this one goes way down, and I kept feeling it inside. So just a really cool bag, really pretty. So yeah, I don't think you can turn it inside out. I don't see it like a reversible. I love this bag. That was really cool. So let me put that to the side, and I'm just going to bring my basket right back in here and put all those beautiful pillow gifts. Nancy's a queen of pillow gifts too. She does wonderful pillow gifts, and I save them all for ideas and different things, and I use them. Oh, we got more pillow gifts. Let me just set this aside. More. Okay, we weren't supposed to spoil each other, but we did. Let me put this over here on the there. So people often give you treats in boxes. I had 2 boxes of paper pumpkin. One was from my friend Sharon and one was from Julie, and it was filled with all kinds of goodies. These are popular. Love those. There was a pomegranate one I ate. Somebody gave me what do you call that? A granola bar. Here's a cute stamped image or a tag from my friend Julie. This was the wrap from Sharon. Oh no, this one was from Judy. She had some really cool hard candies. We enjoyed those. This was the wrap around a paper pumpkin from, Sharon. Look what she got. This cutest butterfly eyeglass cleaner. Have you ever seen these before? Look at how pretty. I've never seen it. They're called Jinkies. I've never seen a Jinky before in my life. So that was in her box. Candies were in her box. This was from Julie, a mini on the go, logged in or engraved with OnStage and my name. There's 2 things mixed in here. There's things from Sharon and there's things from Julie. I just put them all in one. So there's more candies, lots of candies. Sharon got me this pretty apple hand cream. Julie got me this extra little special gift. I was her roommate. Beautiful Brighton paper clip. And then each of them gave me a swap card. And so this was my swap card from Sharon. I love how she stamped all around the outside. It's with the bugs, the Sharon Aaron. And this was Julie's Scotchkeys swap card. She gave me one of those, beautiful. And then this was a lady, I was standing in line for my coffee, and I think she does this rubber, whatever, printing. Hi, Grace. And so I think she's advertising the 3D printing, that's what she calls it. And so she was passing these out, and she thought I looked nice, she said, and she handed these out to me. I said, thanks. So there's another keychain or a bag chain. So like I said, this was the year of bag tag or bag tags. So I'm gonna put all this away now and go into some other things. That's my name tag. And then I'll get into the nitty gritty of what we did. So we went, going back to the agenda, I'm going to get my agenda back out, kind of give you an overview. So first night we walked around. I'll have pictures of that uploaded later. Then we got to go to the main stage, and they just talked about what the weekend was going to be about. And then we went to a welcome party. Can't really explain the welcome party except through pictures, which I'll upload. In front of the convention center, there was a really cool plaza. I'm going to call it a plaza. It had all kinds of fountains, and it was just humongous and beautiful right there near the ocean, off of Ocean Boulevard. And at night, we went up immediately at 5 o'clock, and it was crowded. You have over 3,000 women trying to get in lines for food. Oh, well, we headed to the front, closer to the Ocean Boulevard. We thought it'd be less of a line. We had found out that was the dessert line. Pretty cool. So I'll upload pictures of what we did at the welcome party. I'm right at that point now, gathering all my pictures. It was just beautiful. They had sitting areas under tents. I can't even explain it, guys. At night, all the fountains lit up. It was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. Then the next morning, I had to get up bright and early because since I'm Silver Elite, we have what we call OnStage Plus. And again, the pictures will tell you all about it. They had a breakfast for us. Anybody who was Silver Elite and above, quite a few of us, you'll see the tables in the room when I show you the pictures. And this cute matching bag to the bag. I love it. And look, another bag tag. And it says OnStage, Stampin' Up. And with that colors, that matches the handle. I just think it's so great how they coordinate. And there's the Stampin' Up logo. Really, really nice. So that was our gift at the table, plus the wonderful buffet breakfast. That was good. But we had to be there by 7 a.m. And we didn't finish till like 8:30, 9 o'clock on Thursday night. Then we go back into the main session and we saw things about the catalog. We listened about the state of the company, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We had lunch, we had breakout sessions, and then we came to our first make and take, and I'm going to show you that. And this is the make and take. I'm still trying to figure out what this goes to. We kind of ran out of time. Oh, there it is. There's my embellishment. This was the free embellishment in here. I didn't finish my other card, I'll tell you why. we are current. These are the adhesive back metallic gems. So that was in our welcome bag. And then this was envelopes and different cardstock to make a card similar to this. So that's how they wanted you to do it. So we were playing with blends and shading. Yeah, that was fun. And then we used our stamp set that they gave us I put to a person, marvelous person on their birthday. And then I was looking, we all just started discussing about coloring in the negative. Well, we didn't have a color to color in the negative. And actually, I'm still waiting for my cloud cover blends for down here. I have cloud cover blends in Michigan, but I want a set of the in colors here. So we thought it'd be beautiful to see what it looked like with just the negative around the flowers, although I started coloring the leaves because I started out with Mousy Meadow first. So I was trying to get all my leaves done and pass the markers on, or the blends. So that was fun. We enjoyed doing that. This honeycomb is a hint of some paper. So lots of fun. Everything was organized nicely. Then we went to main stage again. And then that's it. They ended it for the day. Again, I have things that happened and some sneak peeks on there. I don't think I'm allowed to show the pictures of, I don't know. I got to check that out again. I can show the still photos. I can't show any videos, which I only took a couple videos. Then we had the after hours party for OnStage. Now this was a paid event. Let me grab this stuff. So I paid an additional amount of money to come to this. It's called the After Hours. And it's always fun because you get a stamp set. And we got the Fern and Flora, which is coming out. It has both a moth and a butterfly and beautiful labels. And it came with the dies. So you got the whole bundle. We did not have to use the dies. I haven't put on my magnetic sheet yet. And I'll show you why. This one was funny. We thought this was for the butterfly, but we actually turned it into flowers. I'll show you in a minute. It's like ferns. And the paper was actually printed. It wasn't really the actual paper. And we were able to, let me get that in there. Put that aside. Inside here were all our supplies with directions on how to make cards. Well, they only gave us an hour and a half. Totally not enough time to get all the cards done. I did not get to make this card yet. You didn't have to make them exactly the same way, but with the die cuts, look what they did. They gave you a bag full of all kinds of die cuts. And here I was starting to work on these were all the pieces of paper we cut out from the main sheet, like the Secret Sea and the flowers, and there should be more printed ones in here. Well, no, I used them up. I'll show you. And so that stays there, but this is the real pretty paper. So we'll put this aside, save that, keeping it all together. And these were the cards we made. I'll do them one at a time here. They're not in order. So this was one we colored in and put the die cuts on, stamped in the new color. This was Peaceful Pine. This is one of the new colors. And this is Golden Glow. So that's a nice card. It has envelopes in there too. This was the first one we did. So we had this paper to put down. I actually cut my paper wrong. It should have been longer, but I can fix that when I got home. But these were those little tiny bows that we turned into flowers. And then we had to stamp the butterfly and stamp this background and the sentiment. Again, it's just a card like that. And the third card I was able to get to was the moth card. And this was fun. We used the blending brushes and stamped and put together cards. Now, they wanted you to cover the whole thing, and I decided to start going to a 1/4 inch smaller. I got that idea from my friend Mari. So that's what we did at After Hours OnStage, and they were literally kicking us out of the area. Then we get to Saturday. Okay. On Saturday, we had more general sessions showing us new products, demonstrations. We had lunch, went to more breakout sessions. Then we had our last make and take. I'm going to show you. This was Saturday's make and take, and it was discussing the new masks that they have out. And this one are the two masks. Let me kind of get some of this out of the way so you can see. put this over to the side. This is like stones, or it could be like an animal like mask, and we're using, what did we use? I think that was Peaceful Pine again. Was it? I can't remember now. And then these little dots was also a big, they're 12 by 12 masks. And then this came from, let me show you. We got an ephemera pack, and I ripped mine open, so I don't remember the name of the ephemera pack. Hold on, I saved the lid, or the wrapper. I can't remember where I put it. It should be right inside here, and I don't see it. We also did the envelopes. We learned something. Look at here, I have a shadow. So we learned about that. These are the little note cards. And I don't see it. Where did I put it in here? Well, I saved it somewhere. It must be in my other bag. But this is a Sentiments ephemera pack. Yeah, I swear I saved that, but I could look up in the catalog. So lots of fun sayings. You get 2 of each. So that was fun. That was the fast one. In fact, we didn't have much. This one we were done early and got to go walk around outside and sit and talk in the beautiful weather. So that was that. Let me put this stuff together. Oh, here it is. Sincerely Noted Mix and Match Ephemera. I knew I cut it out because I was like, oh, I shouldn't have ripped that bag. So that was that. But really what was really cool, I gotta move and get these things. Hold on, they're at the end of my table. We received, I'll show you a couple fun things. We have something called, I'm going to sit down and move this down a little closer. I need to sit down. I'm tired of standing up. We have something called Prize Patrol. And you're given a number. If you remember on my name tag, I had the number 3. And we were the first Prize Patrol. It was so exciting. Everybody gets all excited and we do drum roll. And I received both the Meant for You Mix and Match ephemera and the Under the Sun mix. I have not opened them yet. There's just lots of, these are stickers. And if you don't want them to be stickers, you can tap on the back and with your embossing buddy, and you can make them so they're not sticky and you can add them on. So that was fun. This was supposed to go with the Fern and Flora. This is brand new embellishments. Absolutely beautiful. We got Secret Sea, Mossy Meadow, and some clear. This was the last thing we got. This was an all attendee gift at the very end. Brand new. These are called Sunset Sparkles Sequins. I don't know what that sound was. It sounded like a little trill on a piano, but I think it's from my dog camera. That was weird. Nobody's over there. He's on the couch chewing on his new bone. So yeah, pretty, pretty, pretty. And then an all attendee gift was a family celebration. So it has all these things on here. Oh, Grace, they don't have Aunt on here. Now that's a crime. Wow, that's funny. I thought for sure they'd have Aunt or Uncle on here. They do not. So anyhow, this is a stamp set. That's kind of funny. Only because my aunt's on here. So that was that. And I can't even see comments. Hold on. I want to see if I can get on to turn my volume off. I should be able to go to my page and see myself. Why is it not coming up? I'll refresh it. It doesn't want to refresh. Okay, I'll hit refresh a different way. So the one thing we did in one of the breakout sessions, if it wasn't like a presentation or a panel or anything at the one of the breakout sessions, we had one time frame that we could do. Yeah, I found myself now. Hold on, I'm gonna make it big so if there's any comments, I can kind of see them on my phone. Let's see if hi Loxy, I missed you. Yeah, there we go. All right, I think I said hello to everybody. Some people don't come up on there. Let me move this out of the way because we're pretty much done. We went to this thing called a product experience. And I always take one of the grid mats. This is OnStage, and it has sneak peeks of different things and colors. So that's fun. Is that on the picture here? There we go. There's a little bit of a delay. So I take one of those, and what we did is we got to go to different. I have one more thing to show you before we go on. Sticking with the same color as the grid paper. This was also in our packet, and at first we didn't know what this was because they didn't explain it. But then we figured out there was a display out in the lobby. And again, this is like Coastal Cabana maybe. And they actually had 2 pieces of our thick vellum. And with these lines are meant to show you how you could take and make a one-sheet wonder for cards using these lines for cut lines as a template. And you could, and there was a sample, and I have pictures of that, with your 6x6 designer series paper. And then also they had one for 12x12, but they did not spend time. Look, mine got a little crunched here, but that's all right. So that was really cool. This is a fun one-sheet wonder how to use your designer series paper so you're getting the most out of it. And so it has examples of how you would use all these different parts and how to cut it. So that was cool. So that was one thing. This was also in our bag. Lots in our bag. But, you know, things slid a little too far. So we go to this thing called the product experience. I don't know what order I'm going to do this in. Let's set this over here. I guess I can do it in the order that I did. All right, so actually, what did we do first? All right, I'm going to start with this. I did mine different this year. Instead of being square straight, I was being a little rebellious and I turned it, but I wish I would have done stamp off and stamp on. These are the new in colors. So we've got Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, and Peaceful Pine. And then we got to stamp in those colors, put a swatch of the cardstock, and then we got to use the blends. So that's really cool. So I did dark and light and dark and light, or light and dark right there. So this was fun. We started this about 2 years ago. I really like it because it really gives you a good look at all the in colors. Then we did some techniques, and what's really cool is we have these flip-flops. They gave us this little flip-flops, which are the plastic sleeves. And then we went over and we used the watercolor pencils, and we showed how you could use the blender pen. And the blender pen is sold in a set of 3, and it smooths out. It's different than the blends. It smooths out your coloring. I don't know if you can see the difference. The top is where I smoothed it out, and here's like my rough scribbling. You can see how the blender pen, so it's like a fake watercoloring kind of type thing, and they're sold in a set of 3, and they're dual tipped, so you gotta get 6 of them. And they're really cool because when you're done, you just do this with your hand, and all of a sudden the color comes off so you can continue using it. So these are flip flaps. I'll show you in a second. Then we got to use the brayer. How many of you can see here, I dropped the ink pad. So we got to see the ink pads that are magnetic, and so that was kind of cool, but I dropped my ink pad there. So I was trying to brayer and get all kinds of different texture and look. So that was cool. We are now going to have a white gel pen, which is ironic because that was my little pillow gift in my club for the month of January or February, I can't remember. So they just had you do different things. So I wrote hello. And what they wanted us to do is to know that you needed to go slow. And you can tell the difference of how fast I go than where there's a skip or if it's lighter. So really your gel pen should actually be used slower and kind of at just a tiny angle. And then I did little dots, filled in dots, and regular dots. So on a piece of the Peaceful Pine, that's the Golden Glow. Those are just fun watercolors. I don't think it's any of that. So then we went to, this is Crisp Cantaloupe, and this might be hard to see on camera. We took the light blend and the dark blend, and we scribbled them. And then we took the color lifter. I don't know if you can see this on here. It's so light. There is a zigzag I did. It's on delay. And then I did little light polka dots. Can you see those? Oh, I can see the polka dots. Can you see that line a little bit? It shows up better in real life than it does, and it's going through this page. Then we got to play with the new glimmer pens. Oh my gosh. On camera, it's not even going to show up. It's not even going to show up like how it should. These, unfortunately, are not going to be on the pre-order on next Tuesday for us. Like I said, I got to do a special pre-order, but it's coming between 1:15 and 5:15 today, unfortunately. So I don't know if you can see the shine on this. Again, there's a delay. So we tried rubbing it on its side, and then look at the flicks you get. I love the flicking. And it's like a colorful book. You're not seeing it. It's so much better in person. So this was trying to show us different techniques, and you can make this into a little book. But then I needed one more flip flap. I don't know if I lost one, but I do not have one here. But I have to show you something I got. Now this is something I bought separately. I don't know if it's going to show up on here or not. So this is a stamp positioner. I don't know if she had labeled it. I didn't have it personalized. Tamara Davis does a stamp positioner or creates all kinds of fun things. And this is our new stamp positioner. I don't know if I've demonstrated this or not, but I'll quickly show you. We were able to put this, actually it was two-sided, and we were able to stamp the octopus in the mossy meadow. And then we moved it over here, and on this plate, I don't have this stamp set. Here's the top plate. So this was attached. Hello, Stampin' Up! Has to be at the bottom. It attaches in here. And then we were able to stamp the face and the seahorse. So first we stamped the octopus. And it shows you how you get a crisp. And there's my little thumb. My thumb got a little ink on it. And so there you go. So we were able to use that and learn for those people who didn't use the stamp positioner. I had it already, and it comes with a grid paper. And I bought this holder from Tamara Davis. I'm keeping the instructions with it. And you'll be able to get the stamp positioner if you didn't get it in the early sale. They had like about a week and a half for us to purchase it. And it comes with a small plate too, that you can do some different techniques. So, yeah, lots of fun. Put that back in there. I have to get it in. Okay. And so I like things all organized and ready to go. And so here, this is cushioned with 2 magnets. There's a whole bunch of things on here I can discuss, but it's lots of fun. So that goes in here. And then I take the top plate and I put it in here. And everything fits nicely in my stamp positioner holder. I had it in a basket, and it just was driving me bananas. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me, and I'll tell you the link for Tamara. She made the cute Long Beach shirts that we wore on Thursday, and that was lots of fun. So the object of back to the techniques, so I don't have an extra flip flop here. I know I have them in Michigan, is that you're supposed to peel this off. And then you're going to attach it, bend it over, and attach it to the next flip flap. Okay, what's going on? Where's the sticky? Oh my God, my sticky's stuck to this. That's not right. Well, that's a goofy thing that happened. Hold on. I've never had that happen. I've used flip flops before. What are you doing, Mr. Oakley? I'm gonna rub that down. It shouldn't have come off like that. Let's see. Hi, Sheila. The sticky is supposed to stay. I wonder if it's just from the heat. I don't know. Let's try the next one. We didn't put it together, but it should stay on the plastic. Huh. I don't know what's going on with my flip flaps. Because I was going to order some more on my order next Tuesday. Yeah, it's supposed to stay on here. Huh. Well, I'll have to find out if my other friends had problems too, or if I just got bum ones. I swear it's supposed to stay. Sometimes you have to rub, like the tear and tape. But like I said, I lost one, but I wanted one for the stamp positioner. So, and then there's one more thing we did at that product experience. There we go. See, that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to, and it's staticky. Hi, Margaret. You fold this over. And you can attach it in, or I don't know what order I'm going to put these in. Well, I'm going to just do it in this order now. It doesn't matter. So you fold the flip flap back, and then you attach it to lining it up. It's kind of hard to see. I think it would be better if I did it on the black, or on my table here. It's brown, I mean. I'm going to line this up better. Line that up, and then let's see if I can get the other ones to work. So I'm going to rub that really hard with my nail. I wanted to do this on purpose to show you. Yeah, this one's not coming off. I'm going to order new ones. Shucks, I'm really rubbing hard. This does not, seriously, this is not, it may be because of the different temperatures I was in and the plane. I don't know, because this one's not working. But I can get more flip-flaps. That's just really odd. I can use tear and tape, actually. Let's see if I can get this one to rub. Well, this is real life. And then they made this the cover page. Yeah, it doesn't want to, I was trying to grab it. Well, I'll use tear and tape and put together. I'm trying to grab it to stay. There we go. Okay, it's really staticky though. Yeah, this doesn't normally come off like that, guys. I've used flip flaps before. And then you would take and flip it back. And you're making like a little, I use this in scrapbooking. And now they're showing us different ways we can use it in our card making. So there we go. And then when I get, why isn't that sticking? Okay, it folded over on itself. I'm going to have to put some tear and tape on here. And we sell the tear and tape. You normally do not have this happen, honestly. So once you put it all together and I get another flip-flop, when I place my order for the 3x4s, you'll have a little technique book that they demonstrated. Isn't it cool? So it'll remind me of all the things and the colors from OnStage. So that's what that was, a little activity. And then one last thing, I think I've got it all covered, is we learned about this new dies that are called impression dies. And we got to learn about, well, it's coming in my order later this afternoon. It's called a impressions plate, but it's really like a rubber mat. And it's one of the layers you can use for your stamp and cut and emboss machine. I don't have it to demonstrate. I'll have to demonstrate it next time. You run it through the die cut first, and then you put it through with the impressions plate / mat, and you get the detail, like so beautiful. And there's so many techniques you could do to this. So really fun new product. So I was hoping I could put this in here. I might have to trim it down a little so it can be in my technique book. So I'll figure out a way to get it in there. So I might have to trim it down. And so that was all about OnStage. I'm telling you, we were going nonstop. Friday night, we went to a nice steakhouse. Saturday, we went to a really eclectic Italian. I loved it. I had butternut squash ravioli. And then we had to get up at the crack of dawn, literally 2:30 in the morning. And one good thing about my trip was I did not have problems at the airports. I went from Fort Myers Airport, which is an international airport now, to Atlanta. Got to Atlanta. We connected so easily. Got to our gate. Had no problems getting to LAX. Now, we did not fly into Long Beach. We flew into LAX. And there's a reason I haven't turned I'm looking for it now, though. I have one more thing I wanted to show you. I thought I'd put it aside. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Where did I put it? I might have to show it. Oh, here it is. So I'll go ahead and show it to you now so I can flip the camera onto me. And then when I got home, I received this beautiful card. And I love this. She used all the beautiful paper. And then I had a person from my club write me. So nice. Getting Happy Mail is lots of fun, right? Did I say hi to Sheila? Hi, Sheila. Hi, Jennifer. I just see you came in. So that was a lot of fun. There's a nice address if you want to send me Happy Mail. Hold that. Take a screenshot. I'm just kidding. You got to share what you love. So let's flip this around and right around back. And I need to flip it around. Ta-da. Here I am. So, and we'll get that out of the way. And now Mr. Oakley's going to come up for a cameo. Okay, buddy. I'm almost done. So I wanted to say we had a wonderful experience. The funny thing was, and I think Grace can relate to this one, when we got to, we call it RSW, Fort Myers, we got stuck on the tarmac for an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, that was Joanne made that card, Sheila. It is beautiful. But we got stuck on the tarmac for an hour and 10 minutes due to our gate wasn't cleared because those 3 planes that were in the C gates were not going anywhere because of big high winds and thunderstorms were here. We didn't have any tornadoes, but it was just unsafe for the planes to take off at that particular time. So that was kind of funny. But the good thing was I got moved up to first class for that hour-and-a-half trip. I wish I would have had it on the long trip. So one thing in my upline, she's got status with Delta. So it was fun. We sat in Comfort or Comfort Plus, actually, on the other 2 flights. It was pretty cool. We had a little footstool. And anyways, it was a lot of fun. And first class we only got 1 cocktail. We didn't get any food because it was a short trip. But anyways, it was fun nonetheless. And yeah, so the lines weren't bad for us. I won't say that for Joe. Joe went to Austin for Sunday night. Yeah. So I landed in Florida and he's going to the Detroit airport to go to Austin for work. And he ended up getting a 3-hour delay. And we thought it was, well, it was partly because of the TSA, FAA, but it was also weather related. So he was stuck in Detroit for 3 hours, didn't get into his hotel until 4 a.m. to go to a 7 o'clock meeting. So, and then he had no problems because if you're the first flight of the day, I think if you get there early enough, like your regular 2 hours in advance, I checked a bag. I don't think you have a problem. I think what happens is in the day it gets backed up. So we chose to do early flights, 1, because of the way, how long the trip was, and 2, we didn't want to get home at midnight. I know the people going to Michigan were getting home at midnight. It's just such a long day. And we also were looking for the least expensive flights, honestly. So we decided to stick with that and choose those early flights. And I was surprised. The LAX airport is not crazy. Granted, we were there early in the morning. I thought it was beautiful, the parts I saw. And getting there with an Uber was 25 minutes. It was so easy because most people flew into Long Beach. Again, it was not cost effective from Florida to fly into Long Beach. So anyhow, had a great time. The pictures are going to show you how I had a great view of the ocean, the Queen Mary that they've turned into a hotel. A lot of the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators stayed on that for a night. We just stayed at our Courtyard Hotel, which was like 2.5 blocks, 3 blocks max to the convention center. And everything I explained, I have pictures of, and a lot of it doesn't really make sense, but I want to tell you, it's such a great experience. If you're ever wanting to be a part of our community of crafting, and I mean, it's more about the people than the crafting, honestly. I ran into so many people that I've seen or met online, or I met at other events on the incentive trips. I mean, just everybody is wonderful, and we're taking pictures and catching up and trading our pillow gifts and things like that. Lots of fun. So it's more about the people, and that's what Sarah talked about, eradicating loneliness and having fun. It was a great time. It was boom, 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 boom. I'm telling you guys, it didn't stop. We were like, we literally got to the hotel room and crashed, literally. So, but fun. I'm glad it was a great experience. A couple changes if you're choosing to join our, as Mike says, cult. We just cheese about that. Because ever since he's joined, he's always over at Robin's always over at my house. He's like, "What are you doing? Going to the cult again?" He makes a joke about that because she's always over at my house crafting and creating. But anywho, that's a plug for Robin and Mike. They have decided that they're not going to do a OnStage in person next year. So they're actually going to do a virtual OnStage. So I'll have a gathering of my team at my house in Michigan in June of 2027. So that'll be, I forget, like in the 20s, something like that. So we'll get boxes, if you choose to go, you have boxes sent to you, and we have a whole event. I know Karen and Robin have done it in the past, but we'll see who wants to come to that. So that's June of 2027. And if you're at the Silver Elite Leader and above, you can attend backstage. Like last time I went to Las Vegas, this was really fun. I did not peek. People were finding out. I wanted to be surprised. So, because one of my whys for joining Stampin' Up! Is to travel and see different things. Like I've never been to Long Beach before. It was cool walking around and seeing. We always see a snippet of it. I've seen different cities that I probably might not have seen. And we're going to go to Oklahoma City. next March. They're moving backstage to March. And then, so that's going to be interesting. So going to Oklahoma City, that's a 2-day, and that's more business related. And, Oakley, what's he doing? He's getting in his toy box. And so if you reach the title on my team or want to join my team and try to attend some of these events, it does have a cost to you to travel and for your hotel and your flight and the registration, but I think it's more than worth it. You have to experience it. I know Sheila can understand from 31, just the music, the camaraderie, the dancing. It was fun, guys. I made the Jumbotron too. That was kind of fun. That was fun to see me. And what else? Oh, and then the last thing is in 2028, they're moving it to April, all these changes. If you want to go to what I just experienced on stage, it's going to be really cool. Again, I joined Stampin' Up! To travel all these places with my husband's a workaholic, and I want to go try different things for the weekends or for a few days. And this is a place I've never been either. I've been to Utah. I've been to St. George. It's gorgeous. But I've never been to Salt Lake City. Well, yeah, I flew into Salt Lake City once. But never saw the city. And they're going to have their 40th anniversary in Salt Lake City. People have gone there before and said it's phenomenal. In the past, they've had things there, but it's going to be worldwide. Right now, they have 3 on stages, and then they'll be virtual. But in 2028, they're going to have only the world will all come, and there's 52,000 demonstrators. Oh, I know. See, it's a passion. It's hard to explain, isn't it? You have to experience it, Sheila. So my first on stage was in Orlando. Of course, I've been to Orlando many times in my life with all my relatives that live in Florida, but I love Orlando. And I've gone for volleyball games, so it was kind of funny. My first on stage was in Orlando, and it was their 30th anniversary. So I'm coming up to my 10th anniversary. I won't get to have that recognition that year because you get it the following year. That you get recognized after you've reached your 10th. And I will not have reached maybe. It depends on I was April something. Who knows? I'm going to take that back. We'll have to see what my envelope says. And then I can get a 10-year pin. And you walk across the stage. Like Julie got to walk across the stage for incentive trip. Karen Trelfa has, I hope I said $500,000 in career to date sales. Julie has $300,000. I'm coming up on my $200,000 milestone. It's fun. The top 50 in the company were recognized, all the way up to the ones that are like $3 million sellers career to date. But many of those people have been in for almost over 20 years, some up close to 30 years. So anyhow, and then presentations were cool. We got to see Susan Stampfield. She got to demonstrate her $1 million stamp set, which was really nice and fun. And she's a sweet lady. And so that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to join the Stampin' Gems and go to one of these experiences, I will tell you there is a cost. You do pay your own flight, you pay your own hotel, you get roommates, and you have to pay a registration fee, and you can choose to pay for that extra on stage where you get to learn about a new set, a new bundle, so all that. So I don't even know what time it is. It's going on 11. See, I spent a whole hour just discussing that, but I tell you, I'm going to upload the pictures. Like I said, I'm at the welcome party on Thursday night of uploading my pictures, seriously. So I've been trying to put them on my team page so they get to see it first, and then I will start putting the pictures out here on this site on my business page. And I think that's it. I was going to show you the new paper pumpkin, but I'm not going to spend time doing that. We did get a sneak peek of all the future paper pumpkins. And I just got my hummingbird one. So we got to lift open a door. So you didn't have to peek, but I'm a little nosy and I peeked to see May and June. So that's fun. Those are, I've always told you, that's what got me started in Stamp It Up, because every time you open a paper pumpkin, you got a glimpse of what you're going to be making, but it's a surprise. And I like it to be a surprise every month that comes to my mailbox. And so it's right behind me on this table. And I will show you I got to show you the hummingbirds real quickly. I'm going to have to make it this weekend. I don't know when. Oh, this month we got 2 stamp sets and a basic gray. And it always comes wrapped in beautiful tissue. And here it is. It's probably backwards. And there's a glare with my lights. Ah, shucks-a-roo. There we go. Anyways, it's hummingbirds. I think these are so pretty. And my other box is coming of these. So, also, I need to go back. And I told you how busy I was with being on the social committee for my Veranda 5 buildings. We had a big pool party, and I was in charge of gathering everything and cleaning up and setting up and things like that. But yeah, it was nonstop, just getting ready beforehand and things that I had scheduled here already to do, and having to get up the crack of dawn to get to the airport on that first day, Wednesday. What was I going to say? Oh, I'll have to do that drawing. Last week I said I had the extra paper pumpkin. I am going to do that drawing. I have to go back and count the comments from the last time I did my Facebook Live with Coffee and a Card, and I will put all those names on a spinner, and if I can get to it today, I will do it today. I have a couple plans for this afternoon, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it today. Definitely I can do it by tomorrow, and I will send that package out to the winner, so that's lots of fun. If you haven't, I'm going to do a shameless plug. I am at 364 followers on this page. My goal is to get to 500. I'd like to get to 500 by May, or even my birthday would be nice. That's coming up April 10th, but that's a little short. So let's say by the 1st of May, if you could share this or like my page if you haven't already, that helps the algorithm. Right now I'm building new customers because a lot of my customers joined my team. So they buy for themselves now. So I'm really looking to earn the incentive trip again. I'm kind of on an every other year cycle. And so I need people to like, but mostly share this and get their friends to like and share. So that's a little shameless plug, but seriously, I should have more followers at this point. So I need to get my presence out there. So that's all about Stampin' Up! OnStage. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Joanne, for the beautiful card. Love it. And I'll have a big mess to clean up here, but that's it. And I'm going to have fun ordering. Everyone who's watching this on my team, you get to do pre-order on Tuesday, the 24th, and everything in the catalogs. From now on, everything will be available at pre-order. That's pretty cool. So they're all going to be in the portrait form of like a magazine, and they're all going to be laid out similarly in the future. That's what they're saying right now. And it will go live to the customers, the new catalog, May 5th. I think it's May 5th. Let me grab it. I've set it aside over here, including the online exclusives. Don't forget that Winnie the Pooh. Let's see. Let me look quickly on the back. Yeah. May 5th to August 31st. This is that catalog. So they're going to have, every 4 months, they're going to have a new catalog. So really cool. I don't think it's that much smaller than this one. They're going to have all the basics. And they just, I think, smartly gathered items together. So they also had to, if you wonder why the images are a little bit smaller, we have a lot of counterfeiting going on from those overseas. I'm not going to say their names. People get those really discounted, which are not the same quality. And they're stealing, like somebody just posted on my leaders board today that somebody's already got these images and they're trying to make these stamp sets and dies already. It's crazy, all the counterfeit out there. They try to combat it, and you know, just the way the world is. So I don't want to say those names, but you know what they are. All those cheaper places that you can get things from way overseas. Takes a lot longer, and you might not get the right good quality. I'm not saying all things are not the good quality, but I know that the dies are cheaper and the stamps are not the same quality. I know for a fact because somebody showed us an example. So yeah, if you're interested in being on the Stampin' Gems team and joining me for virtual on stage, possibly going to Silver Elite and above to Backstage, you got to earn that. And we're going to go to Oklahoma City. Have no idea what we're going to do in Oklahoma City. Stampin' Up! Always does a surprise something for us. It's great. I mean, we had this whole Western theme, as you saw from my Backstage Las Vegas. Kind of crazy. I mean, we had bands. It was just, it's even a step up from on stage. It's just so cool. And then the big goal is the 40th anniversary in 2028. And that's going to be like April 17th, the week of April 17th, something like that. In 2028, that's going to be a big, big party. We're going to have Europe, South Pacific, Canada, and the United States, all helping to, you guys save up your money, join Stampin' Up! And attend that trip to Salt Lake City. It's fun, you guys. I'm really, you can tell I'm beaming. I'm happy. Although I did have to take some time to rest. And of course, my Crohn's decided to act up. But such is life. I'm better now. And yeah, have fun if you're on my team pre-ordering. Can't wait to see what you get. If I have time this afternoon, I'll do an unboxing. Susie, I know you love my unboxings. Like I said, it comes between 1:15 and 5:15 today. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to be around. I got some plans. So, all right, have a great weekend. I will be back here. Oh, shoot, I had that calendar set here for a second. What is next week? Oh, my goodness, Diane. Let's see here. Well, today is the 20th, so it'll be the 27th, the day before my daughter's birthday. I had to count that out in my head. So I'll be back on March 27th, and I'm going to share something that I have brand new, or a technique next week on a card. I know I didn't share, but I had to share all about OnStage. So have a great weekend, and I will see you on March 27th at 10 a.m. here. And don't forget to share my video. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.